Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sandra Okaisabo. I'm a registered nurse and I'm glad to have you here, and I'm so glad to have you on the other side listening to me on this beautiful day. So I want to be sharing with us just a little take home, like a little thing to take in and actually think about it through and see if if it's gonna affect you and it may actually save life. So I want to be talking about hypertension, because I see that a lot of people in Africa, Asia, America, all around the world, they really do have hypertension. And it baffles me that even in some civilized country, many people don't even know that hypertension can actually affect them negatively if they do not check their blood pressure. Sometimes people don't even know they have hypertension. So the more reason why we should take care of ourselves, why we should get our blood pressure checked every now and then and save our lives, okay? So hypertension, as we all know, some people call it BP, high BP, hypertension. It's a blood pressure that is a range. When your diastolic blood pressure is over 120 to 135, or the diastolic is between 80 to 89, you already have a pre-hypertension. This disease, as we all know, is asymptomatic. Like when I say it's asymptomatic, it means I'm just going to break it down the way everybody will understand. So it means that hypertension doesn't have like that kind of a symptom like malaria or like a fever. When you have fever, you have body ache, something is really wrong with you. But for hypertension, it's asymptomatic. It means it can just be there and you wouldn't even know what's happening to you. You wouldn't know. You feel strong and okay, and you just go about your normal job. And mind you, when you are over 40, even some people are not even up to 40 before they start to have this hypertension. So it doesn't matter that you must be over 40. You have to keep checking your blood pressure. So because if you'll be diagnosed of high blood pressure, initially when it's a pre, like I said before, when you're diastolic, it means when your heart is at work and when it rests. That is the systolic and the diastolic. So when your systolic blood pressure is between 120 and 139, or 120 to 140, and the diastolic when it's at rest is like 80 to 90 or above that, and probably your doctor says you have a pre-hypertension, and initially they'll have to profile a solution like a non-pharmacological approach, in that they want you to change your lifestyle. Probably you take a lot of alcohol, probably you eat a lot of salty food. Like some people, without salt on the table, it's hard for them to eat. Even after the food is cooked, there must be a salt on the table. That's a bad habit. And some people, they drink just how they want to drink. They smoke how they want to smoke, and not even thinking about how it actually would affect their lives. Some people, they drink every single day. They smoke every single day. They don't think that high blood pressure can affect them. Some people think they are superwoman or superman, so they don't think it can actually come near them. But I'm trying to tell you that because it's a silent killer, it may be there and you wouldn't know. And by the time it hits, you come down with a stroke. And it may probably be too late for you. So that is the more reason I'm encouraging you guys right now that you have to get your blood pressure checked at every point in time. There are two different types of hypertension. There is a primary hypertension and there is a secondary. Primary hypertension is all essential hypertension. It's that kind of hypertension that comes from age. Like I said, if you're over 40 or it's in your family line. When I say family line, I actually mean maybe your dad had hypertension, or he had it, or he has it right now, or your mom probably, she's late, she had hypertension, or she has it like right now if she's still alive, or you stress so much, or you smoke, and hyperlipidemia. Hyperlipidemia is when your cholesterol level is too high. And so these are the reasons why they will say your high blood pressure is essential or primary. Then when it's secondary, it means your hypertension is as a result of other illnesses. It could be that the person has a renal disease, or like a renal problem, or pregnancy. We have seen so many women, when they are pregnant, they become hypertensive. It's not because they are hypertensive from wherever or wherever, but because of the pregnancies, it's kind of like causes that hypertension on them. So that becomes a secondary hypertension. So because like I told you, the signs and symptoms, first of all, is asymptomatic. It means it does not show. It doesn't show. It's not like a fever. It's not like it makes you to lose weight, or you kind of sweating, stuff like that. No, it's just asymptomatic. It's there. But one of the major signs and symptoms of hypertension is headache. So when you have headache, constant headache, but most people will think like, anytime I stress, I have headache. Anytime I'm hungry, I have headache. So it's so hard for people to know that they have a high blood pressure, because they also think that the headache they're having may be due to the stress they've gone through, or, oh my God, the sun is too much today and I have headache. So you can see why, even if you have headache from hypertension, you may think that it's from other things. But mind you, these signs and symptoms, when you think about it, you think like it's from the environment or the things that's happening in the environment. That's why you're having headache. But it goes to show that there may be something actually wrong with you, which could be hypertension. And also there could be visual disturbances. When your blood pressure is very high, your eyes could be like you're not seeing very clearly. That's a sign that is hypertension. And you could have this dizziness, this dizzy spell. That also shows that you may be hypertensive. As at that point in time, you may have a chest pain. And for some people, they have this epistaxis. Epistaxis means that some people, they have a nosebleed. Sometimes you just going about your regular job or your regular thing, and the next thing, blood starts coming out from your nose. It shows that you have hypertension. Those are the signs and symptoms. And so let's quickly round this up by talking about the goal to reduce high blood pressure. First of all, because if you are checking your blood pressure may be taking like 2 or 3 consecutive times, whether you're in a supine position, you're laying down or standing. So it will be checked to determine, because checking your blood pressure just once cannot automatically say that you're hypertensive or not. It has to be checked like 2 or 3 consecutive times, because if your blood pressure is not controlled, it can and it will damage your organs. It will damage your organs, and who wants that? So If it's not controlled, it's going to affect you negatively. And mind you, hypertension is not a life sentence. If you are told that, hey, you are hypertensive, and probably your doctor wants to start with a non-pharmacological, like I said, non-pharmacological is they're not starting up with medication. They want you to do some exercises. If you're overweight, they want you to lose your weight. They want you to lose your weight. They want you to reduce your smoking. They want you to reduce the way that you eat, the kind of oil that you use in cooking, like this oil that are everywhere. My next video, I'm going to be talking about the kind of oil that you can use that can give you longevity, instead of using all this kind of oil in the market that are made in the factory, and it makes you sick instead of giving you wellness. So when the doctor wants to start on non-pharmacological, then he's going to advise you on the things to eat, how to reduce your sodium intake in your body, and how to, go about your duty and make your life a healthy one. Then if your high blood pressure, probably it was so high and the doctor doesn't want to take a risk of you coming down with a stroke, he or she may decide to come with the option of medications. And so for high blood pressure, if you're on medication, it means probably you're going to be on medication for life. And so if you're on medication for life, you take your pill, a pill or two, you throw it in your mouth in the morning with some water. Is it not better than coming down with a stroke? When you come down with a stroke, do you know what that causes you and your family? That job that you hustle to work every single day because I need to work, I need to make ends meet, I need to pay my bill, I need to pay my car loan, I need to pay my rent, a lot of bills. The bills are never over. But when you come down with a stroke, remember, you're not going to go to that job. When you have a deficit in your arm and in your leg, you're not going to walk. And now you're going to be a burden. Come on, guys. I don't want anybody to be a burden. I want you to go get your blood pressure checked and cut back on those lifestyles that causes a whole lot of stress on your heart. Like drinking, you can drink once in a while. You can reduce it by the bottles that you take on a daily basis. Some people can drink up to 5 bottles a day, 6 bottles. Some can just be like every single day they take a bottle. You can start to cut back on it, like cutting it down. Like, oh, today I'm not going to take a bottle of beer or whatever. I will tomorrow. Just like that, cutting it down. And stop using a table salt. After the food has been cooked, you want to add some table salt. You can cut back on eating chips. All those chips, crackers, or whatever that has a lot of salt. You can reduce that. If we do reduce that, then you're kind of trying to take blood pressure out of your life. It is better to start now than to wait when it is way overboard. So I'm encouraging you guys to check your blood pressure every time you have an appointment with your provider or your doctor. Anytime you go to the hospital, make sure your blood pressure is checked. It's a very vital part, vital thing that is done in the hospital or in the doctor's office, so that we can stay alive. If you're new to my channel, I want you to subscribe to my channel, click the notification button so that whenever I come back on live, you will have to see what I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to be talking about some oil, and I'm going to put up some video about some oil that I think and I know that is very unhealthy, and we do use it every single day. Thank you guys for staying on. I appreciate you guys. See you next time on my next video. Bye.